What is up, FPG fam? Further here, and I think it's about time we start talking about Snowbreak Containment Zone. This game's releasing on July 20th. Could not be more excited about that. I had the honor and privilege of playing the closed beta, and I can assure you I did not waste my time there, as I spent a lot of hours trying to learn all the nuances of the game when it comes to the character, builds, the enemies, the gameplay, trying to get well prepared for official release so that way I could provide you the best content that I can. So in today's video, I want to go ahead and talk about the free 5-star selector and who you should use that on. I know a lot of people probably have that question, not sure who they should be using that free 5-star selector. So hopefully this video brings you some value and you get something from it. Now, before we jump into it, I just want to reassure my Aether Gazer fam, if you're watching, Aether Gazer's not going anywhere on the channel. We're still going to be covering it extensively. We're just going to be running Snowbreak alongside. So I want to reassure you, Aether Gazer is fine on the channel, not going anywhere. All right, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So on official release, there's going to be 5 stars. Now, as a quick disclaimer, if my memory serves me right, there was only 4 5-stars in the closed beta. Freesia Hush is a brand new one. Now, she had a 4-star variant in the closed beta, which was really good. So I can only imagine her 5-star variant is even better. But I don't have any experience with this character, so I won't be talking about her in particular, and I will probably be using my 5-star selector on her so that way I can get some experience and then provide you some content on her. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Yao, Fenny, Marion, and Life. And as another disclaimer, this game, Snowbreak Containment Zone, at least from the closed beta, was a game where all these 5 stars were extremely valuable. They brought their own unique gameplay, and it's really all dependent on what you prefer in terms of your weapon type and character design, and you could choose that character and do really well with and clear all the content. But if you do want to know the best character and which one you should be choosing, then certainly stick around. I'm going to provide you that and just give you my advice and recommendation based off my experience. So let's go ahead and talk about the first character that we have, and that is Yao, Winter Solstice. This is the character that if you're concerned about doing the most damage and you're concerned about probably getting the best 5-star out of the bunch, I would say Yao, Winter Solstice is the best out of the bunch, just because she is the highest DPS character in the game of Snowbreak at release. Once again, disregarding Freesia Hush. Winter Solstice is able to melt enemies and melt bosses like no other. The reason being is because, one, she's a sniper. Sniper is OP in the game of Snowbreak. It is by far the weapon that does the most damage. So Winter Solstice naturally has that advantage. But not only that, she's able to enhance her attacks with her skill, so that allows her to output even more DPS. And then her ultimate is a gigantic laser cannon that does even more damage. So Winter Solstice just is a character that's able to spit out damage like no one's business. So she is the character that I would go ahead and tell you to pick with your selector if you're concerned about getting the best character and outputting the most damage. Now, next after her would be Fenny. Now, initially when I was playing Fenny, I didn't think she was that great, admittedly. But after using her extensively and putting a lot of time and resources into her, Fenny ended up being a very strong 5-star. And the reason being is because of her utility and everything that she brings to the table. Being a shotgun character, you have to be up close and personal with the enemies, and that can put you in some dire situations at times. But it does allow you to output a lot of damage. Not only that, Fenny's able to support the team and give whoever is on the field a buff with the crown above their head. Furthermore, if you enhance her skill with the neuronics, she's able to paralyze enemies, or stun them, I should say. This is fantastic for mobs and for a shotgun character, because once you stun the enemies, you can then freely shotgun them down without worrying about taking damage and being up close and personal. So Fenny just offers a lot of utility, she offers a lot of damage, and she has that supporting capability, which is very nice because you don't find that on too many characters in the game of Snowbreak. So Fenny is the second one that I would choose out of the bunch. The third one that I would choose after Fenny would be Marion Swift. Now, the reason Marion Swift is because, once again, she's a sniper, meaning she's able to output a lot of damage. And dare say, I think she's on almost the same level as Yao, Winter Solstice when it comes to the damage output department. And I dare say, once enough time and resources are put into Marion Swift, she might out DPS Winter Solstice in the long run, because her neuronics just unlock a lot of damage potential, as well as her skills and how she operates. It's very easy to use Marion Swift because she has an automatic lock on with her skill. And then once you start unlocking neuronics, she really starts to show her potential at that point. So Marion Swift is a fantastic character. And then her ultimate, if you time it right and you line it up perfectly, she's able to hit multiple enemies, and it is really good against bosses as well. If once again they're standing still, they're not moving around too much, she's able to line up and just output a lot of DPS that way as well. So Marion Swift, a fantastic 5-star. That would be the third one that I would choose. And then my last one would be Life Wild Hunt, which kind of pains me to say that, because Wild Hunt was actually my most favorite character to use in the game because of her gameplay and because of her character design. But I do have to admit that she just wasn't on the same level as the other 5-stars in my opinion, just because she's a machine gun character and they just fail in comparison to shotguns and snipers, unfortunately. Once again, I'm not sure if that's going to change on official release, but they're just not as potent. And her skill, you really need to put a lot of resources into Wild Hunt for her to really start showing her potential. As a base character without really too much resources and investment, she's just not really performing to the level of Winter Solstice or even a Marion Swift, and she just falls a bit short, which once again is a bit unfortunate. Now, some of her redeeming qualities is that she's able to freeze enemies, even bosses, which is fantastic. That CCing is just absurd. And then once you're able to unlock her neuronics and you're able to increase the capacity of her skill in terms of the missiles that she's able to hold, then things start to become pretty nutty, because then her missiles can freeze as well as her ult, and so you have a lot of CCing capabilities, and then the more missiles you hold, the more damage she's able to do, and while they're frozen you can then machine gun them down. So she has a lot of potential, and she's massively fun to play, and she's a really good character. But once again, she just feels a bit underwhelming in comparison to the other 5-stars that we have here within Winter Solstice, Fenny, and Marion. They just seem to be a little bit better, even from the onset, better than Wild Hunt. It just takes a little bit for Wild Hunt to get online, for her to feel powerful and impactful, in my opinion. So anyways, guys, those are my recommendations. As far as, like, I guess you can tier it, it would be Yao first, Fenny second, Marion third, Wild Hunt last. And then once again, I have to wait on Frisia to see what she's all about. But anyways, hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully you got some value from it, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know if you're excited about Snowbreak, and then let me know in the comments down below who you're going to be going for, whether it be meta or for the character waifu or for both. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Anyways, I'm going to get on out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. My name is Cody. You call me further. I'll see you all next one. Bye, guys.